Hey guys, what's up? I want to talk about interesting question somebody brought up in one of their videos. And there's a guy out there, his name is Jobe. I think his name is Jobe. I think is how you pronounce his name. Looks like Job, Jobe, but I think it's pronounced Jobe. Cool guy. He's been talking about lately he started his own channel and started putting out videos, which is something I really encourage for a lot of you, because I see what y'all put in my comment section, and there's so many people out there. So many of my subscribers are just very smart, to the point where I'm like, y'all need to make your own channels. Y'all need to start your own channels and start making your own videos. Even if you have to, you don't even have to show your face. Even if you have to write it out in a script and get an AI bot to do it, an AI voice thing, whatever they're called. I don't know how it works. I'm pretty sure it's very simple. That's something I never dabbled in, but write a script and get an AI bot to say what you need to say if you're embarrassed about being on video or being in front of a microphone. It's like, I'm not the best speaker. I consider myself I don't consider myself a very good speaker in any capacity. I mispronounce words all the time. I stutter a lot. Anyway, that's besides the point. Jobe brought up a very interesting idea, this topic that does get brought up a lot lately, especially with atheists. And I'm not saying he's an atheist or anything like that. I'm just saying it tends to be like the focus of discussion when it comes to more atheist types. Like, for instance, Sam Harris brings up this shit a lot, where he's like, if God is so good, if God is so great, how come he lets bad people get away with everything and the good people suffer? Why do children suffer? How come there has to be so much evil in the world if there's a good God? And to me, the answer is very simple. It's not, and it is, it's exactly what it is. It's an allowance. It's God allowing it to happen, because it's already been predetermined in a big way. It's already been predetermined in a big way. The fall was all on purpose. God made us. Let's go back in time. He made Adam and Eve. He told them about the tree of knowledge. And it's like, he already knew what was going to happen next. He had this character named Lucifer out there who was jealous and envious and had anger and resentment for his creations. And he knew that he was going to go after the female to get to the male, to go after his son. And he created the woman fully knowing this. The fall was necessary, because the fall is what kick-started humanity, is what kick-started this reality matrix. We wouldn't be here without the fall. So it was an absolutely necessary step in beginning this spiritual journey involving all of these souls. And there's a case to be made for, are we all one soul? Are we all sharing a soul divided up into many perspectives? And a lot of people believe that. I don't know if I truly believe that 100%. I guess it's more of a nice idea to think of myself as a separate soul with its own consciousness. And like I said, but that's more of an emotion rather than going by any kind of evidence, which I don't really have. So it's easier to just admit that it's more of an emotional state of mind rather than an objective one. But getting back to the God thing, God allows evil to happen because he has it set up to where he has the order of God set up, which is God over man, man over woman, women over children. And that's the way he has it set up, but it's been circumvented. It's been set on its head. That's the upside down cross. That's the metaphor for what's going on right now in the world. where the world right now is very female-centric, very feminine energy, very destructive energy. And the palace guard, let's say, even for the ladies out there, I want you to imagine yourself as a father, and you have it set up to where, let's play a thought experiment. Let's have a thought experiment here, where your God and the palace guards, your palace guards are the men, the fathers, and their families, and you have it set up to where no matter what, the fathers will be there to protect the children, not just physically, protect the children and the wife, to be a husband to your family. And your number one duty is to protect them physically and spiritually, but mostly spiritually, because you know the old saying, we battle not against the physical, but spirits and principalities in high places, you know, that old chestnut, which is absolutely true. We battle with spirits. We battle with psychic energy, not the physical. It's the spirit that's getting destroyed more than anything. So you have it. So the father's supposed to be the palace guard, the number one, the shield of the family. Even if your family, your wife and child get exposed to the media, to all this propaganda, this feminist movement, the abortion pill, you know, Planned Parenthood, you know, and all that rottenness. You have it, if you have it set up, if you're a father, if you have your family set up to where they're spiritually untouchable, then you have nothing to worry about, because the order is proper. It's the man over the family. And if the order is proper, then there won't be evil in the world. And that's why there's so much evil. It's an allowance, because it's necessary. It's a small little blip in our overall experience. It's like the chart I made. It's like the chart I made a few weeks back, where I talked about our pre-life and our post-death. And what we're experiencing right now is the in-between stage of our overall, let's say, existence, because I don't know if calling it a lifespan is the proper term, but language is so limited that even calling it an existence is probably an oxymoron of some kind. Just because the English language is limited and I don't have the proper words to really describe what I mean. Like the chart that I posted, and I'll put a thumbnail up right now showing the chart again, where it's like the pre-life existence and the post-death existence are one and the same. And this small little sliver of our lives, of our existence, is the asleep part. And what I mean by the sleeping part is that, you know how when you dream, it's like a small little part of your life that when you wake up, you're like, oh my God, it was a dream. It's like, all right, a good way to describe it is, it's like the way your life is right before you go to sleep and your life after you wake up. So it's like when you're in the dreaming state, you don't really consider it your real life. It's just a dream. And the portion before you went to sleep and the portion after you woke up are the same thing, if that makes any sense. So the pre-life and post-death are one and the same, because you're waking up from the dream, the illusion, the maya, the mother, the material. This is an illusion, guys. This isn't real. But it's very in our face. So when something happens in this physical realm, you can't really help but take it seriously, because our bodies are involved, our nervous system is involved, and it's the mind-body connection that takes this life seriously. Like, for instance, if I were to get in a wreck right now, it would be a very serious issue that would get my emotions going, get my nervous system amped up. But I have a story actually that I could tell kind of regarding that. And I've been keeping this story to myself And I don't even know if I want to consider this a near-death experience, because it could have very well ended tragically, what happened to me. And this was back in October 2022. And this was around the time I started making videos. And I've kept this story to myself for a while. And I got into an accident. And it's it's very stupid the way it happened. I'm gonna be a little personal, just to show you how stupid a person can be. All right, to get back into the story, I just want to preface this that it is a bit embarrassing what happened to me. And like I said, I don't know if I would consider it an NDE, because I don't feel like I left my body or anything like that. But I got into an accident. And it was a self-inflicted, very stupid accident. I was fine. I'm fine, obviously. But what happened was that we were moving out of my mother-in-law's place, because she let us stay at her place for a little while we sold our house, because we were in the midst of selling our home. So we moved out, and my mother-in-law let us stay with her for a few months while it's sold, and we got all the paperwork done. And then we're going to move back into our new home that we already had bought from a cousin of my wife's. So we're moving stuff out, and she was going to let me, I had to move her Jeep. And what had happened was, when I went to go move it, I didn't realize her parking brake was on. So I didn't know how to release the parking brake, and I had it in reverse and didn't realize that I had it in reverse. So I get out of the vehicle and start looking for the parking brake release underneath the steering wheel. And y'all can probably tell where this is going already, but I didn't realize it was still in reverse. So as soon as I flipped that parking brake, that vehicle started going backwards, man. And and the car door took me down. And as it's happening, the moment I realized what was happening, I had the immediate thought of, I might die. This might kill me, or something like that. And it very well could have. And so the vehicle starts backing up by itself, and the property's on a hill, so it starts going down the hill. It takes me down the front wheel tire to the driver's side, runs over my left foot, and I get up immediately. Broken bones be damned. I get up, and I look at what's happening to the Jeep, and it's backing up. It's backing up by itself, going pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast, but it was fast in my mind. Fast enough, you know. It starts backing up, and it does this crazy thing where it starts curving at an angle and does like a U-turn going in reverse and gently bumps into a tree that was on the other side of the property, like nothing happened. So I run up to the car, which is maybe 20 feet away by this point, and get inside, put it into drive, and turn it off. Well, actually, no. I got in the driver's seat, put it into drive, and went to go park it back where it was. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell just happened? Forget the fact that I'm the dumbass who almost got myself killed. What happened? Because all I could think about was, how did this car not drive into the neighbor's fence and just take something out? Because it didn't do that. And I'm thinking to myself, it seemed like an invisible hand gently guided it like a toy car, and just ever so gently put it up against the tree, the back bumper against the tree. There was no damage to the vehicle, no damage to the tree it hit, nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck was that about? So I'm all cut up because I hit the gravel pretty hard. My foot got ran over, so I go inside. I got blood all over my shoulder. I go inside. I tell my wife. She looks at me and goes, "Hey, you done already?" Kind of surprised to see me. And I go, it's like, "Hey, don't freak out. I just got into an accident. I ran over my foot. I got a bruise on my leg, but I'm fine. I don't think anything's broken." And I show her my shoulder, and there's blood everywhere. And she's like, "Oh my God, Rudy, what did you do? Are you okay?" She's freaking out. And I go, "Look, I'm fine. let's just go to the, I think I just need to go to the doctor, make sure my foot isn't broken because the tire ran over my foot. And I was just calm, like completely calm. And we get in the car, we call up a clinic to make sure they're open on a Saturday. So we start driving. It's gonna be like a 30-minute drive, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, just like thinking to myself, "What the hell happened?" Like, still kind of not even close to being in shock or nervous or anything. And my foot got ran over. Like I felt the tire go over my left foot. And I remember getting up right after I had the thought of this might kill me. I had the next thought of I think my foot might be broken. Because I felt the tire go over my left foot, and it was amazing. It was just a crazy feeling. I wouldn't recommend it. So, as we're driving to the clinic, my wife is flabbergasted that I'm so calm, and then I'm not even shaking. Like, I even showed her. I showed her. I put out my arms. I put out both my arms, and they're just still. There's no nervousness. There was no adrenaline rush, or there was probably adrenaline rush when it first happened, but I was just calm as a cucumber. And I remember thinking to myself the whole time, it's like, why am I so calm? And I was thinking to myself, because I know I'm okay. My body just got a little beat up. And if my foot's broken, we're about to find out. If it's not broken, we're about to find out. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm safe, I'm okay. This is fine. This is what was going on through my head. And I explained these things to her, and of course, she don't really understand that. And I'm not saying I'm this like Buddha in the lotus position or anything, but that's kind of how it felt. I was just completely at peace. So to get back to this thing about this physical realm and how we take it very seriously when something bad happens, it's like, in that instance, I should have been freaking out. And I think about what I should have been. Like, I should have been freaking out. I should have been panicking. I should have been shaking. I should have had anxiety. I should have had some kind of depression going on. And I was fine, by the way. My foot wasn't broken. It was just really bruised. I had to be in a boot for like a week, for like a good week, and walk with a cane for a while. And I had to take off from work for like 5 days, I think. And I think I worked the weekend. This was back when I was working overnights. I ended up coming back on the weekend anyway, because I felt like I could walk good enough to at least work at the front counter and stay at the front counter, and that's what I did. I was working with Karina at the time, so her and I just kind of swapped places. I let her be the shift lead, if that makes sense. So she's like, "You're my boss. Like, you go out and do what I normally do, and I'll stay up front." And I'm still calling the shots, right? Because I'm the manager in charge at the moment. But we kind of swapped places, and that's how we handled it. I sat down a whole lot. It's like, look, I just sat down and ran the register. I can't really do anything else. But I wore a boot for like 2 weeks, and then I could walk semi-normally again. And after that, I could still kind of walk with a cane. I had to walk with a cane with the boot off for a little while. So it took me like a solid month to really recover from that. And to get back to the existence thing, this physical realm existence, it's like when I was about to say that when something serious happens in your life and you have anxiety and depression and fear and all that, that's the normal response. I don't know about that. And that's why I'm telling this story, as embarrassing as it is. Like, I'm telling this story because it's like, it is possible to go through this physical realm and to be still, to just be in the present, to have an understanding that you're in the present, and to just calm your mind. And I'm not going to lie, as when we're driving there, I was thinking to myself, and every now and then this thought would come into my mind where I was like, oh my God, what if my foot's broken? What am I going to do? I'm going to have to tell my boss. And finally, I told that part of my brain to shut the fuck up. And I said, you need to be quiet. And I was telling myself this, like, the little devil inside me going, you need to stay quiet and be quiet, because that's not what happened. That's not what is happening right now. You're in the car, you're perfectly safe. We're going to find out if my foot's broken or not. And that's the way it's going to be. It's almost like I had to take charge of that little seed in my mind that was telling me all these things. And that's the way you have to live your life. And that's going back to the fatherhood thing. That's what a man is. That's what a real spiritual person is, that leads their family, that tells them these things. Like, look, we are living in the present. There's no such thing as a past nor the future. And you need to tell that little voice in your head to be quiet, because that's Satan's influence. That's the influence of your teachers. That's the influence of your parents. That's the influence of your mothers, your fathers, all these people in your life that are toxic. That's their voices in your head telling you all these things. That's not the real you. The real you is this thing, this spiritual being that isn't affected by this stupid physical realm. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make with this fatherhood thing. When you're leading your family, when you're talking to your children, these are the things you tell them, because that's the most important part. That's the most important part of this existence. Anyway, guys, I think that's all I got to say. If I have more to add, I'll add it later, as I always do. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really appreciative of the people that are listening to my videos. It's just amazing to me that anybody tunes into me. It's like, wow, there's people out there that are, even if they're not seeking, they're listening to my ramblings like I'm just some crazy person, but that's cool. No hard feelings. Anyway, y'all have a nice day. Bye-bye.